know you guys have heard these chords a bunch of times. We're gonna play them again. I'm not a musician. I'm a comedian. You don't have to find me funny. I'm still a comedian. You know, comedy is really the only profession that you can suck at, and still technically you're good at it, because you get up there and do it, even if nobody finds you entertaining. Maybe that's the shtick. And maybe that's one that you're sticking with because you don't know any better, but you can always play it off like, oh, that was part of the act, you know? But I was watching my recent comedy performance, and I was thinking to myself, you really are a genius, you know that? So many people think you're acting, lying. So many people think that this was all a performance. Little do they know, I'm always performing. But I don't know how to lie, I really suck at it. I guess that's why I was good at stealing shit. Cause I could be Batty Four Shoes. That's what I call my shadow self. It's the opposite of a goody two shoes. Because goody two shoes, they're shitbags. And they're not being good for the right reason. They just want attention, validation. And they're so boring. They don't have a personality. At least I am open, honest about every bad thing that I've ever done. I'll lay it on the table with the microscope and analyze it. Ooh, no, vortex, no. I have to hold you because I'm going around a turn here. Okay? I don't want the vortex to go flying like you usually do because mommy's a bad driver. Okay? I hate it when people are behind me. It pisses me all the way off. I just want to go super slow so that they leave. Okay, they're gone now. So annoying. I hate other people. Anyway. Do y'all hate other people? I hate other people. Yeah, so let's talk about my past life. I was a kleptomaniac, which I know ain't right. You don't have to tell me. I already knew that. I knew that every single time I did it, by the way. And I remember thinking when I was stealing, you're gonna burn in hell for all the shit you're doing. Ooh! Ooh! We're back. But here's the thing though. I can vaguely recount telling myself eventually I'm gonna get saved. No joke, dude. No joke. Like every single terrible thing that I did, it's weird. It was like I was a Christian without even being a Christian. Well, you knew it was the right thing. I really did. I mean, I think that that's why God saved me all those times. Is because He knew that eventually, like, I would come back to Him. But I had to chase that shadow self. And I had to realize, like, how capable I was of being a terrible person. And doing things that I'd later be ashamed of and cry about profusely, because that's what I should do. You know? See, a lot of people don't have my story. They'll have the story of, like, stealing from their employer and stealing from their friends and their family and all that shit. You know, I'm not going to blame alcoholism for that. Because that's just bullshit. I hate it when people blame a substance for their bad behavior. There are so many people that use substances that don't steal, you know? So there was obviously something else that I was feeding. Which is why I don't think, oh, it's just a disease or whatever. I think that it's a form of possession. And if you're allowing yourself to be possessed by a particular substance, then all this other bad behavior is going to, you know, come naturally, because you're already sinning and you're already, you know, giving into some horrible compulsion that isn't actually doing anything for you. I mean, it might be on a psychological level, but, like, it's harming you more than it's helping you. But that's something that people should think about, you know, if they compulsively do anything. And I would say that, especially about the phones. I'm trying to think of, like, positive reinforcement, you know, rather than just shaming people. Because there has to be a solution here, rather than like, oh, you're a drug addict, or you're a fucking junkie cyborg. Eat shit and die, you know? That's not positive. So, like, I'm glad that you've made that assessment. That's not positive to tell people to kill themselves. No, it's not. Well, my friend Josiah, he's almost 19, and he told me that he just deleted his Snapchat. And I talked to this comic friend of mine last night who's 22, and he said he just deleted his Instagram. So, they listen to things that I've said. I'll get the Zoomers before I'll get anybody else. Because they're aware of how bad things are. They're way more aware than the other generations. Because the other generations, my generation included, we knew what life was like before technology. And it's crazy that they've all chosen technology. The Zoomers didn't have a choice. They were born into this shit, okay? So, I feel for them. But it's possible to change. It's possible to be bad and to come away from that and do good. That is possible. I know that I'm a good person, but I'm a good person that's done a lot of bad things, okay? And the whole time I was doing it, I was like, God knows that I'm a good person. I just have to be a little baddie for a while. But there's really, like, no way that I can talk about this and not portray myself as, like, a total piece of shit. Because I was a total piece of shit. But it's okay, because Jesus died on the cross, so I wouldn't have to be a piece of shit anymore.